Jay Bills from Media Spotlight UK, and I'm here with the one and only Alaena Vampira in the building. How are you feeling, first of all? Across the whole week, you've been seeing how Fight Week's been going for you. How's the experience been this time around compared to your last Fight Week?
Um, this time around, I've been feeling very comfortable. More so, I'm just excited. The unknown isn't there like it was for the last one. And I was rushed into fight week the last time. This time, I am very much, I'm so prepared. I'm so ready. I'm enjoying every single day, no matter what's being thrown at me. And yeah, I'm just ready to fight.
So, of course, obviously, you're fighting Jully Poca. Obviously, she had a great showing in the Kimping tournament. Of course, obviously, like it's been a while since we've seen you back. You've had a lot more training since your last fight. How more confident are you that you're going to be even more prepared to step up against someone that's had a few fights under their belt in a short amount of time?
I feel really confident, to be honest with you. I haven't left fight camp since my last fight.
Yeah.
And it's been really kind of, nonstop for me. And before, I was training for, I only had 2 weeks for Fangs, but she was a southpaw, so I kind of had a crash course in fighting somebody in southpaw, had different sparring partners in southpaw, so I know Jully is also southpaw, and, just kind of working on those techniques on how to, work with her in the ring and, get the job done.
And of course, obviously, like you're the co-main event. This is a big opportunity for you in terms of being like almost at the top of the card. Do you feel any pressure in terms of like knowing this is only not only for a championship, but a lot of eyes are on you in terms of like making a statement against someone again who's had a couple of fights under their belt?
Of course, there's always going to be pressure, and I feel like it's for me, I have to prove myself. I don't have the 2 million followers that Jully has. I don't have that, and I need to gain the respect of these people, and the only way I'm going to do that is by getting in the ring and doing what I need to do and showing my skill and showing my personality and showing who I am, and hopefully everybody will follow along.
And speaking of the women's division, it's been growing like heavily for the past year. Like, who has impressed you like throughout the entire time? Because obviously you've had a lot of time to digest everything. Who's at the top of the food chain that you're thinking, not looking past Jully, but who's impressed you over the past year?
Elle has impressed me from the get-go. She has been one of the fighters that I was like, oh, she's a great fighter. I love that she also doesn't stop training. She's always trying to constantly get better. I get a little, I don't know if annoyed is the right word, but I get annoyed when people go and they fight and then they leave camp and then they're like, oh, I got to fight now, let me just go back into camp. Like, what are you doing this for?
Right.
Like, are you really doing this because you want to do this? Don't come for the belt then.
Yeah.
But yeah, Elle is number one for me. Jully also, I think she was up there for me. Kind of mad that I'm low on her list, but whatever.
I
won't be low on her list after Friday. Yeah. I'll tell you that much.
You're certainly making a statement here. It's like this is where you're getting to, and of course I've got to always rate you for your fashion sense. When you came in yesterday, you had the look like sort of silky, like the vampire-y sort of effect. Where does that all come from? I'm always curious about where that sort of persona or the vibes comes from.
I grew up in a very, very old Victorian house. I grew up watching vampire movies. I grew up being into horror movies. I grew up in a metal band. I've kind of just been surrounded with that whole persona basically my whole life. So this is very fitting for me, and it's natural. And yeah, Vampira is literally me to the core.
Because it's funny, like obviously, Barbie's got her persona, her vibes, and your vibes, and I can only imagine, like, should you win the championship, would Barbie be the next logical step? Because of course, obviously, Barbie was meant to face Jully, and that's not materialized yet. Would that be the next logical step for you?
Absolutely. She's the only one to me right now, unless someone else were to come in with like miraculously having great skill that's an influencer, or she would definitely be next. Yeah.
And finally, just to run down briefly the card, B-Day versus Jarvis, the main event. Who have you got for this one?
I always say B-Dave because I love the drive that an underdog has, and I think that those are the moments where people really shine. So I'm all on B-Dave for this one.
Do you feel like you're the underdog for this? Because obviously, with Jully like being, I guess, a fan favorite, especially coming from Brazil, do you feel like you're the underdog, and do you like being the underdog in cases like this?
I actually do. I love being the underdog because it's that one little bit of feeling that people are doubting you that makes me be like, that's not happening. Like, I can't let that happen. Like, no fucking way. Someone's going to doubt me for something next, so it's not like this is going to be the only thing. There's always going to be something that's going to push me to be better and grow and be the greatest.
And finally, predictions on your end. How does it work for you? Is it stoppage, KO? Is it, going the distance? How do you predict it?
I really, honestly, I want another TKO. I did it with Fangs, and I want to do it again, but I know that Jully's going to be a much better opponent for me, so we'll see. We're just going to have to see.
Well, I wish you all the best. This is a fight I'm really looking forward to the most because, for two women being co-main event and hopefully one day to see two women main event a card, I guess that's, one of your ambitions, right?
Absolutely. That is 100% what I want to do.
All right. Well, I wish you all the best. Thank you so much for taking time to speak to me, and go kill it out there on the weigh-ins.
Thank you.